Good early afternoon. Good afternoon. So I wanted to jump on really quickly, and I got about 30 minutes. And I need to head out to LabCorp to get some blood work done. But I wanted to jump on really quickly, and I wanted to do kind of a follow-up or part two to our C-PTSD conversation. Again, I'm going to direct this to the ladies. And so, ladies, I want to teach you how to date if you believe you have C-PTSD. So we talked in our last live all about, maybe it was the live before that, but it was all about complex PTSD, childhood PTSD. And there are lots of women. There are lots and lots. I would say the majority of women need to hear this conversation. You need to know how to date effectively, especially if you suffer from C-PTSD. And remember, you can get a copy of the quiz by emailing me at info@betterlovemovement.com. So if you have more than 8 yeses to that 20-question quiz, you have some C-PTSD. And you need to listen to this little lesson that I'm about to give about how you need to date, some of the guidelines that you need to set so you're not finding yourself in these very destructive patterns when it comes to men and dating and relationships. Okay? I got some notes because y'all know when I'm not in the car, when I'm sitting here at my desk, I want to make sure that I'm making sure that I am, giving you all the sound clinical advice. Okay, I don't know why that happens. I gotta see if I can. I'm sorry, y'all. Sometimes, I don't know if I'm assuming it's a bot. I'm assuming it's a bot. I get these weird bot requests and it drives me bonkers, so I'm just gonna ignore it. Okay, so ladies, this is not my work. This is Anna Runkle's work. And she has a wonderful, wonderful platform on YouTube. It's called The Crappy Childhood Fairy. And she talks all about C-PTSD. She talks about some of the signs and symptoms of C-PTSD, but she also gives you tons and tons of solutions, tons of information on how to heal complex PTSD or childhood PTSD. Okay. And remember, this is something that we're going to, if we've had chronic experiences, chronic childhood experiences, chronic sexual abuse, chronic neglect, chronic physical abuse, if we've had a lack of emotional attunement, if we've been left alone, if we've been parentified, all these different experiences that we've experienced, that is what is leading to C-PTSD. Okay. All right, so we're going to do something called structured dating. Again, this is Anna Runkle's. This is not my work. I'm just talking about it. She has what we call structured dating, and it is basically guidelines for dating. A lot of people who have worked with me over the years, some of them will push back on some of the things that we have done because they'll say, well, Anita, why do you have so many rules? Why do you have so many all of these rules? And then these are the independent people or the autonomous people that believe that there should be, what's the word I want to use? That there should be this uniqueness or this individualistic, well, everybody's different. Those people. Everybody's different. That doesn't apply to me. I need something individualistic. I need something made just for me. No, you don't. No, you don't. Y'all know how I feel about that. We are more alike than we are different. And studies and statistics and things of that nature have proven that. So let's stop with the whole, what I call the toxic individualism, where you all really believe that all 8-9 billion people on the planet, y'all all need a different Bible. Y'all all need a different rule book. Y'all all need different guidelines. Y'all all need different. No, you don't. There are some basic fundamental principles. There's some basic fundamental truths that every person on the planet needs to adhere to, period. So stop it. Stop with the whole we're all outliers. No, we're not. We've already proven that. There is a bell curve that the majority of us fall in. Okay? And yes, that is what I teach. That is what I believe. That there are some basic guidelines that women need to adhere to if they want to have good outcomes. That's it. Okay? So we're going to talk about some of those guidelines, and we're going to talk about how important it is to hold those guidelines, to hold those rules, as y'all like to say, hold on to them for dear life, because they're actually going to protect you. They're actually going to get you where you want to go. Okay? So just hang in there with me. All right. So we're talking about, how do normal, healthy people date? How do securely attached people date? And this is what we know now more than ever. The scale has been tipped in 2024. What we once believed, that half of people were securely attached and half of people were insecurely attached, that is no longer. There is no longer this 50-50. We are seeing more insecurely attached people than ever. So me personally, I believe we're at a 70-30. I believe 70% of people walking around today are insecurely attached. That means they are anxious, preoccupied. That means they are dismissive, avoidant. That means they are fearful, avoidant. Most people. Okay? So a lot of people have their individual work to do. They need to become more securely attached. And then they need to seek out other securely attached people. That's just my opinion. All right? And guess what? I believe in the next 5 years, we're going to see research to back that up. So how do we date as a securely attached person? How do we date as a normal, healthy person? Let's say we never had any childhood trauma. Let's say we had a mom and a dad in the home. They were both loving. They were both caring. They were both emotionally attuned. They met all of our physical needs. There was no abuse. There was no neglect. We had healthy siblings, right? We, had all the things available to us. We had education. We had hot meals. We had a safe place to live. All of the things. How would we date? How would our dating experience be different? Okay, so ladies, number one, you would have a high sense of self-esteem and self-worth. And you would, you ready? You would reject anything or anyone that did not line up with that. Right? You wouldn't feel guilty. You wouldn't feel bad about it. You wouldn't feel a need to I need to go out with this person. I don't want them to feel like I'm better than them. No, you wouldn't feel that at all. You would say, oh no, this doesn't align with who I am and what I believe I'm worth. Oh no, this is not a good fit. See? So guilt, shame, feeling bad for that person, that codependent guilt that we feel, you wouldn't feel that. You would reject that person. You would be kind about it, but you would reject that person. You would send them on their way. You wouldn't feel a need to give them 2 or 3 chances. You wouldn't feel a need to give them the benefit of the doubt. You would immediately assess, is this person standing in front of me a good fit, a good alignment for my high self-esteem, my high self-worth? And if the answer was no, you would leave them alone. You would reject them. So that's the number one thing. That's why it's so important that women work on their self-worth, their self-esteem, their confidence, that the love for themselves that says, just like how y'all feel about y'all kids, right? That's what I think is so funny about women when they have kids. They'll put up with all kind of mess. They'll put up with all kind of nonsense. They'll put up with being talked crazy to, being treated any kind of way. Then all of a sudden they have a child. Oh, no, not my child. Not my child. What about your inner child? What about your inner child? Why are you letting someone talk to your inner child like that? Why are you letting someone do your inner child that way? That's when y'all wake up. So the treatment you put up with every day, you're not going to let your child put up with. But why are you doing that to your inner child? That's what some of y'all need to wake up to. I feel good about myself. Everybody who knows me, they know what they getting, right? I have 3 children. I didn't need to have 3 children to know that you're not going to talk to me crazy. You're not going to yell and scream at me. You're not going to hit me. You're not going to call me names. Look, y'all, I cannot remember. It's been 30 plus, maybe even 40 years. How old am I? Maybe 35 years since I've had a knockdown, drag out argument with a man. Like I came to myself real quick when I was like, yeah, this is not the type of arguments I want to have. This calling you out your name and, tussling and all that crap. I have not had that happen in over 30 years. Because I woke up to the fact that I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this with you. I'm not hitting below the belt. I'm not, letting nobody call me a B and all this. I will leave you where you stand. Because I know better. I know that's not the relationship I want to have. I don't like it. I don't want my kids to see it. I don't want them going through that. My daughter recently, not recently, maybe 5 months ago, was dating a young man and they got to tussling. I was like, No, baby. No. That's a sign that you need to leave him alone. That ain't no, oh, well, our feelings got the best of us or we're passionate. No, that's a sign that you need to leave him alone. That is not a marker of a healthy relationship. And that's going to go from that to striking, to cussing. And no. You can't cuss me. A man cannot cuss me. Okay? I remember a boyfriend saying, I'm sick of this shit. And I was like, I'm sorry, what's happening? He didn't even direct it at me. He just said, I'm sick of this. And I was like, yeah, I'm good. Like I said, I don't want no parts in no unhealthy, toxic, dysfunctional dynamic. You can't cuss me because I'm not going to cuss you. I'm not going to call you no name. I'm not going to throw nothing up in your face. I'm just not. I'm not wired to do that. But ladies, there's something going on internally when you participate in that. And it could be childhood. It could be, hey, that's what I saw, so that's what I do. So it could be a childhood thing. Or it's something going on internally that says, yeah, this is what I accept. This is what I allow. I allow a man to call me out my name. I allow a man to put hands on me. I allow a man to spit on me and all this other foolishness. No, I will leave you clean alone. Okay? So a lot of y'all wait until you have kids, then all of a sudden you puff up like, oh, well, I don't want this around my children. You shouldn't have wanted it around you. There is an inner little girl within you that you need to protect. And a lot of y'all suck at that. You suck at protecting your inner little girl. That's the work that a lot of you need to do. So anytime I'm sitting on a date across from a man, right? And he get clever, I just imagine my 6-year-old self sitting there listening to this mess. And you know what I go? Let's go, baby. Let's get going. Let's get going. We're not going to sit here and deal with this. That's what y'all need to do. Okay? Number one, I want you to determine what your pattern is. We all have them. I know I do. I've had some horrific patterns. In and out, hot and cold. Accepting a lot of, that was the number one pattern I had, accepting a lot of hot and cold and in and out behavior. I actually saw that as exciting, or, oh, it's just keeping the relationship, exciting and fresh and, the novelty and all of that foolishness. In and out, hot and cold, never knowing what I can expect. What is your pattern? Kenny G _7784 says cursing, name calling, disrespect, disregard is a no-no. But healthy disagreement is okay and not enough reason to leave or be leaving a relationship at every occurrence. Like I just told you, I was very clear about what I will tolerate and what I won't, right? Disagreement. We don't see eye to eye. You're just expressing yourself. And maybe what you're expressing is what you don't like. No, none of that is reason to leave the situation. Now, I will give you this exception, Kenny G. If I get triggered, if a man says or does something and I get triggered, here's what's going to happen. So, okay, I hear what you're saying. I need time to regulate myself. I need time to reflect. I need time to process. I need time to go within myself, or I'm not ready to have this conversation. Something that has been said has triggered me. I'm going to take a few minutes. I'm going to take 30 minutes, an hour. I'm going to talk to you about this after work. Like I am going, see, this is what mature people do. They recognize when they need time to self-regulate. So that's what I do. I've had plenty of men come to me and say, what's going on? Is something wrong? Yes, I'm feeling a way about something. I'm feeling frustrated. I'm feeling annoyed. Something has triggered me. And I do want to talk about it. I can't do it right now. See, I know better than to push myself to have conversation when I'm not ready. So that's what healthy people do, right? Healthy people communicate. And I do. I be communicating. I be like, you know what? I'm going to sit on this for a few minutes. I'm going to call you back. I'm going to call you at 5. I'm going to call you after work. I'm going to call you in the morning. And look, one of my hard and fast rules, I don't mind the word rules, right? I don't mind that. I don't mind the word rules. Some of y'all don't like that word. But one of my hard and fast rules is I'm not going to get into a conflict with you past 9:30. I'm not. It could be 9:28. Hey, Anita, I need to talk to you about X, Y, and Z. Okay. And we're going to do that in the morning. Call me on your ride into work. I'm not getting into no conflict with you past 9:30. I'm tired. My brain is slowing down. I don't have the self-regulation that I would have early in the morning or in the middle of the day. So remember HALT, HALT, hungry, angry, lonely, tired. Those are the 4 things that you have to be mindful of when you're about to engage in conflict. If you are one of those 4 things, it's going to make conflict 10 times harder. Okay, that's why they have the thing called hangry, right? When we are hungry and here comes somebody coming for us and we're already irritable. No, you say, look, let me eat. Let me get a good meal in me and then we'll have this conversation. All right, but that's what adults do. Adults know the tricks and the tips to regulate themselves. They know to step back and they communicate that. I'm going to take a step back. I'm going to go to work. I'm going to talk to you on my lunch break. I'm going to text you later. See? But nah, you're not going to just go ham, go buck wild on me. That's not going to happen. I'm going, So when you're ready, when you feel like you can communicate like adults, I'm here. I'm open to have that conversation. That's all. Okay. But what's the pattern, right? We all have these negative relationship patterns. Mine is the in and out and the hot and cold. I don't know what it is, but I tolerate that a little too long. And so now I have these boundaries. I have these standards. If someone pushes against them, I go, hey, I immediately communicate. Hey, this is a boundary that I have. This is a standard that I've set for myself. And guess what? The standards I have, if you can't meet them, I tell people this quick. The standard I have is not meant for you to try. If you can't or won't meet it, that's okay. That's perfectly okay. You are perfectly fine. We're just not a good fit for each other. And we need to recognize that more. We have too many people out here. Well, my standard is to be flued out here and done this and done that. And what gentlemen need to do instead of getting mad is go, well, that don't fit me. That's not something I'm willing to do to a woman I don't even know. Why are you mad? That's a standard that you can't meet. Let her go off and find someone who can or not. Or not. Y'all sitting here getting mad about it. No, just leave her where she's staying. I am beyond sick and tired of men mad about women and their crazy standards. You shouldn't even see those women. Like, I don't even see the men who expect me to have sex with them on the first date. I'm not mad about that. Bruh, get it. Get it if you can get it. You ain't getting it from me. But if there's some other woman out there that you can take her out to Red Lobster and she gonna bust it wide open that night, hey, you a man. God put you on the earth to spread your seed and procreate. But, you need to have sexual discipline. But anyway, that's another conversation. But guess what? from the beginning of time until Jesus come back. That's what men are going to try. I am not mad at all. I'm not mad. That's what men are going to try. But guess who they not going to do that with? Guess who it ain't going to be successful with? Anita. Anita is not out here having one night stands. I never have. I never will. And I just use the word never. Okay. I can't pronounce your name. Oshoiix. Some people will fake being up to your standard if you tell them what you want. You just use the word fake. They cannot fake forever. There is no harm in telling people what you expect. Trust when I tell you. They cannot do it forever. That's why time is the great equalizer. You all don't want to wait. Can I be honest? Women don't want to wait, just like men don't want to wait. That's the problem. You've got to be prepared to put this person through their paces. Yes, I tell men all the time, this is what I like, this is what I want, this is what I don't want. And then I wait. That's what y'all not willing to do. As soon as a man show up doing everything you want, oh, now I can bust it wide open. That's what's called so what? Oh, okay, that's lovely. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you for the flowers. Thank you for the wonderful day. That's it. I am patient, if nothing else. Y'all know that's one of the 3 femininity tenets is being patient. That's what y'all suck at. That's why you don't want to give people the blueprint, because they're going to follow it to the letter and you're going to bust it wide open. You don't want to be patient. But trust, girlfriend, if you tell a man everything, the ins and outs, the ups and downs, and let a year go by. Let a year go. See, that's what y'all not willing to do. That's what makes y'all different from me. I'm willing to let a whole year go by. So if you can maintain this farce for a whole year, and let me give y'all a little secret. Most men can't. Most men can't last 30 days. But the problem is neither can y'all. Y'all can't last 30 days either. That's the problem. Kenny G said, is practicing pause a negative pattern? My assessment is with pause, you're more thoughtful, less angry, and there's some calmness in the storm. What do you think? No, practicing pause that's a therapeutic skill. That's what I teach people as a therapist. You should be pausing all the time. You should be breathing all the time. You will be less reactive and more responsive. So practicing pause is not a negative pattern. It is actually a positive pattern that I use all the time. That's why I don't get into knockdown, drag out fights. That's why I don't get into all the foolishness, because I pause, I breathe, I think. I access the logical, rational part of my brain. I am not just in the emotional, illogical, irrational part of my brain. That is actually a healthy pattern. I wish more people did it. Guess what? The jail is full of people who don't know how to pause. The jail is full of people who don't know how to use their logical, rational part of their brain. That is a very healthy thing. And that's what I teach people in therapy. Patience opens every door. It sure does. But y'all women can't wait. That's the problem. Y'all kill me. Like I said, I'll be laughing. Because y'all swear for God. Oh, and he changed it. No, baby, you did not wait long enough. That's all. That's what you got to come to yourself about. I did not wait long enough. I did not let enough time go by. Because I'm just being honest with y'all. Most people can't make it 30 days, 60 days, 90 days. And y'all busting it wide open. That's just what it is. Okay? That's just what it is. Okay? So be patient. Be patient. You want to rush in. All right, we're going to number 2. So number 1 was, what's my pattern? What are my negative relationship patterns? You need to identify that. And for me, it's the in and out, it's the hot and cold. It's something about that I find exciting, and I gotta leave it alone. So now, when a man comes on strong and he pulls away, I walk away. And look, he'll try to text after a week or two, and who is this? I'm sorry, I don't recognize this number. Who is it? And look, they get real offended by that, and then they go away. Or I just don't respond. If I'm being honest, I just don't respond. Number 2. Ooh, this another one. This another one. Ladies, you must define your ideal relationship, your ideal partner. Okay? That is what the self-discovery relationship tool that's in my book. That's what that is all. That's what that's for. That's what that's for. What do I want in the relationship? The relationship is the container. What do I want in the person? What don't I want in the relationship and in the person? I don't want no cussing and fussing. I don't want no name calling. I don't want no addictions of any kind. I don't want passive aggressive, I don't want passive aggressiveness. I hate that. I don't want infidelity. I don't want lying and cheating. Okay. In the relationship and with the person, what do I need? Drop down in your soul and ask yourself, what do you need to be your best self in this relationship? So fidelity, right? You don't want to see Anita go clean off. And again, clean off is not what y'all think. It's basically just me cutting you off. So fidelity, you being unfaithful is not going to bring out the best part of me. I don't like being neglected. I don't like laziness. People who are emotionally lazy. You're not going to get the best part of me. Miss Court says, what is the C in C-PTSD? So some people say childhood PTSD or complex PTSD. Okay. So people who have C-PTSD, it's usually from traumatic events in your childhood. That creates complex PTSD. So it's not like soldiers, you're an adult, you're going off to war, you see people get killed or die. Very different. That's PTSD. Complex PTSD or childhood PTSD comes from abuse and neglect in your childhood, chronic traumatic events, not being emotionally attuned to, being neglected, being parentified, things of that nature. Okay, complex PTSD. All right. Happy Friday, Evolving Lulu 74. All right. So you must define the relationship, which is the container in which two people live in. You must define the ideal person. Okay. This is where y'all struggle. A lot of you want a very specific relationship, but you are afraid to say it out loud. Somewhere along the line, you were told not to tell a man you want to be married one day, not to tell a man you'd like to have a family, not to tell a man you'd like a committed relationship. Somebody told you that and you ate it up with a spoon. So now you got to go on dates and be the cool girl and whatever. We'll go with the flow, whatever you want. I don't know, wherever it goes, whatever. No. You don't do that anywhere else in your life. You don't show up for work, undefined how much money you going to make, undefined what your duties are, undefined, I'm just going with the flow, I'm just doing whatever. I want to buy a house. I don't know what I want. I don't know what, the house, just a house, four walls, a roof. I don't know. No, you don't do that nowhere else. Nowhere else. And then you going to do this here? That don't make no sense. I know what I want. I know what I don't want. I know what I need. What is the ultimate goal? For me to be out on dates, on court. Like I told y'all, please help me find another word for date. I've got to work on that. I want to get away from that word date. Or in these courtship rituals, right? In these romantic exchanges, whatever we're going to call them, right? What is the point? What is the point of men reaching out to me? What is the point of me responding to these men, right? I know what it is. Anita knows what it is. Is there a possibility that myself and this gentleman could get married one day? That myself and this gentleman could fall in love? That myself and this gentleman could be in a committed relationship? That's it. Could myself and this gentleman, once we're married, bust it wide open? Like, that's it. That's what Anita is thinking, right? Could this person be my person? That is the reason for me going on these romantic ritual, situations, these dinners, these spending time with this person, talking on the phone with this person, texting this person. I want to see, could this person be my person? We have to say it. We have to own it. We have to believe it. And you all are not doing any of that. A lot of you don't even believe it. You will not own it. You will not say it. The culture has you believing that this ambivalent, fly by night, whatever's going to happen, I don't know, that's going to get you what you want. That's not what it's going to get you. It's just not. Okay? All right. R.C. Blake said that dating is to collect data. That's right. And what's the data for? Why do we need data? We have to say it. We have to name it to claim it. And y'all are not doing that. Y'all are dancing. Y'all are going around the barn and dancing around things. And no, I hope to be in a healthy, committed relationship. I hope to be married to that person. I hope that person is my person. I hope for us to fall in love with each other. I want us to be responsible for each other. I want us to have a family. I want us to build a legacy. I want us to have something that we create and build together. We have to name it to claim it. But if I'm being honest, either you don't know what you want. That's a whole lot of you. You don't know what you want. Or you're afraid to say what you want. You're afraid to name it to claim it. You don't believe you can have it. That's a whole problem right there. Release the judgment. Release even the expectation. Like when I say, my intent is to marry again one day. There's no judgment. There's no expectation. Yes, there is a desire. And I'm going to actually name it to claim it, that desire. Right? I have to know what I want. I have to speak it. All right, I have one for you. That's Mr. 7XPSP. Pierre says, I call dates the informational exchange. Okay, he says engagement, romantic encounter. Okay, I'm writing these down, y'all. Like I said, y'all, I need help. Okay, engagement. Should we call it opposite sex engagement or romantic engagement? Okay, engagement. I like romantic encounter. Good. I'm writing these down because I need help, y'all. I hate that word date. Years ago, a friend told me that we shouldn't tell a man we want to get married because it will run a man off. Isn't that the point? Okay, good. Let the one scurry. Like, stop it. I believe a lot of women don't think they'll ever get a man to desire to marry them, so they pretend they don't want to get married. It's very see-through. I agree with you. Like, if I'm being honest, I think it's more that. It's the I don't believe it can happen. It's a limiting belief. So they refuse to name it to claim it. Or you have a lot of sour grapes people. Well, if I said I wanted to get married and it doesn't happen, well, now I'm disappointed. Now I'm let down. But Anita, when I put my hand to do something, I do it. I have a long legacy. I have a long history of that. So this ain't going to be no different. Once I name it to claim it, once I put my hand to something, that's what it is. That's what it is, okay? All right, number 3, once we name it to claim it, once we define very clearly what our ideal relationship is, what our ideal partner is, remember what I always tell y'all, everyone will settle. Everyone will settle. I won't get everything I want. I won't even get everything I need from my partner. I may get it. I may have to, get it from other people. Everything I need won't come from my partner, and I won't get everything I want. The number one thing you do not settle on is the don't wants. So we're moving on to number 3's point. Reject people who don't fit, right? I will reject everyone that comes with a don't want. If I don't want cigarette smoking, if I don't want marijuana smoking, if I don't want alcohol drinking, if I don't want porn addiction, if I don't want a gambling addiction, then if that man shows signs of that, I will reject him. I will not flinch. I will not blink an eye. I will walk clean away. I will cut him clean off, and that will be that. And because I have high self-esteem and high self-worth and I have standards and I have boundaries, I won't feel bad about it. I won't feel guilty about it. Okay? Will this live be saved? If you are a subscriber to Instagram, you are able to see this live, or you can skip over to YouTube and you can see my live there. That's where all my lives live if you are not a subscriber to my Instagram platform. So yes. All right. Reject people who don't fit. This is the part of us that has to be strong and has to be bold and has to be courageous. We have to stop dating people who aren't a fit. I've been there. I cannot tell you how many men that I went on dates with or entertained, not slept with, because that's where y'all mind like to go. Y'all assume that date equals sex. No, it don't. Not in my world. Sat across the table from a man. Went on several, romantic encounters. We're going to call them, right? And I was like, nah, this person is not a fit. But see, when we get into a scarcity mindset, when we start to lose faith, when we start to lose hope, when we let our limiting beliefs start messing with our head, well, let me see, maybe, we try to crap fit it, right? We try to push a square peg in a round hole. No, we have got to remain faithful and hopeful to our vision. And we have to start rejecting men that aren't a good fit. Okay? You've got to believe that because there are almost 9 billion people on the planet, there will be another. I believe that. I have life experience that has proven that. And so now you can't tell me no different. I've had men recently, oh, well, now that you're older, you're not going to have those options. Now that you're older, okay, it's men older than me. It's 65-year-old men out there that would love to have an Anita. It's 60-year-old men. It's 60-year-old men that would love to have an Anita. Okay? Don't do that. Don't do that. It's men out there that would love to have an Anita. So, okay. Anyway. So, reject men that are not a good fit. A lot of you all stay too long in a situation that you know is not good. You know isn't a good fit for you. Okay? Next one. You ready? There's women out there. There's probably some men out here too, but I'm specifically talking to the women today. If no one told you, I have now told you. Ladies, you need to have better boundaries around sex and physical intimacy. That is the number one thing you need to have for structured dating. All right, so what if, just go here with me, ladies. What if you only had sex with someone who knows you, who loves you, who can handle your feelings and emotions that come up around sex and relationships? Right? Sex, commitment, marriage. What if? Let's just visualize it. What if you only had sex or physical intimacy with someone who knows you, who loves you, who cares about you, who's exclusive with you, who's committed to you? What kind of world would that be? Someone who can handle the strong feelings, the strong emotions that are going to come up from having sex. I want you to imagine that. Okay? Oh, she said, girl, you and me both. I'm so tired of the lonely older woman narrative that they will always be alone. I know. I'll just be laughing. I'll be laughing if men only knew how great my life is, how fulfilling my life is, how I don't be thinking about them. I really don't. I don't be thinking about y'all. I don't be thinking about y'all foolishness. Okay, but ladies, we have to have better boundaries around sex and physical intimacy. We have got to stop believing in this dogma, this agenda that sex must precede commitment, that sex must precede love, that sex must precede engagement or marriage. And here's the thing I'm going to tell you, and I want you to hear my heart on this. Yeah, I get it. That's the culture. That's what most people are doing. Why do you have to do it? What makes you believe that you have to do it? That you have to just succumb to what everybody's doing. So let me tell y'all what my granddaddy used to say and my daddy. So if your best friend jumped off a bridge, you gonna do it too? What happened to that saying? What happened to older, especially older black folks? Older black folks, like, so if so-and-so jump off a bridge, you gonna do it too? Like, that's how we checked ourselves. That's how we brought ourselves back to reality. That just because everybody is doing a thing, you should do it? No, I wasn't raised in that era. I do what makes sense. I do what benefit Anita. I do what is morally right. I do like we are the gatekeepers. And a lot of us need to work on being better gatekeepers. We need to stop listening to the culture. We need to stop following these stupid, just ignorant ways of being that don't benefit us. They work against us. And yet you have women out here throwing themselves hand over fist into a system, into a way of doing things that hurts them. That don't make no sense. Having sex with strangers does not benefit you as a woman. 98% of the negative consequences from sex fall on you. Okay? So we have to stop. We have to start prioritizing what feels right for us and what is right for us. We have to take a stand. But we have drank this Kool-Aid, this juice. Yeah, this is what it is. This is what everyone's doing. This is what we got to, we got to do this. No, you don't. You don't. But for people who have C-PTSD, they, more than anyone, should not be sexual too soon. It is a recipe for disaster. You are breaking your own heart when you do that. Because guess why? People with C-PTSD, they hunger for closeness. They hunger for connection and affection from others. And so they see sex or sexual intimacy as a way to hopefully get the love that they've always wanted, to hopefully get the love that they've always desired. And 9 times out of 10, it don't happen. And guess what? They wound up wounded. They wound up broken, just like their parent did, just like their caregiver did. Oh, I'm reaching out for closeness and connection. I'm reaching out for an emotionally attuned experience. I'm reaching out for, just someone to see me, someone to hear me. Oh, nope. Got the drawers, running off. Psych. Psych. Gotcha. I was only here for my own selfish reasons. I was only here for my own selfish desires. Okay, thanks. Thanks for the panties. Thanks for the... Seriously. If you have C-PTSD, sex is the last thing on the menu. You got to talk to me. You got to look me in my eyes. You got to have fun with me. We got to go out and do things. We got to share funny memes. We got to hug. We got to hold hands. We got to do everything but have intimate parts bump up against each other. You have to emotionally invest in me. You have to physically or financially or spiritually invest in me. I will not give you the most intimate part of myself in a possible exchange for something else. Because right now, ladies, I want you to hear my heart. Right now, that's not happening. You are letting these men come into your store. You are letting them pick up whatever they want, and you're letting them leave on credit. And they're not coming back to pay. They are taking what they got and leaving. You got to stop doing that. That's not how good businesses are run. Good businesses are run when you pay up front. So you pay up front. Okay, yeah, you bought that. Okay, thank you. And you leave home with it, and that's that. Deal done. You have to be better gatekeepers, especially if you have C-PTSD. That is the last thing you should be offering up. But here's the trick. This is how y'all been tricked. You've been fooled into believing that any form of intimacy is better than no intimacy. So, okay, sexual intimacy. I'll take sexual intimacy is fake intimacy. I'll take that as opposed to nothing. I'll take that. I'll pretend like we're closer than we are, knowing good and well this person don't know me. This person don't know my fears, my tears, my hopes, my dreams. They don't know nothing about me. And I'm allowing this person to enter into me. That's a sickness. That's a craziness. No, I'll be darned if I let a strange man see my private parts and enter into my body. That's not going to happen. You're going to earn this. You're going to earn this. And how you going to earn it? With your heart, with your time, with your energy, with your effort. No, I don't play about my inner child. Okay? So we have to set better boundaries for sexual intimacy. That's destroying us. That is absolutely destroying us. Okay? And then the most important, like I said, if you start dating someone, or you start these encounters, you start these engagements, right? And let's say 2-3 months goes by. If you discover you all are not truly compatible, if you discover you're not a good fit, there are things on your don't want list, right? You're not a good long-term fit. That's another way y'all are shooting yourself in the foot. You are only into short-term encounters, short-term engagements, short-term relationships. No, if you want something long-term, you're going to have to do something different. These behaviors that a lot of people have, they're for short-term. So yeah, you're getting into all kind of short-term situationships, friends with benefits, one-night stands. Yeah, that I'm going to be honest with you. That's 80% of what people are offering. 80% of what people are offering is short-term, shallow relationships. Heaven forbid if you want something real. Heaven forbid if you actually want to know this person's heart and their soul and their spirit. What? I'm not trying to do that. You better get out of here with that. But, I'll have sex with you. Like, yeah, they'll give you that all day. But they won't commit. They won't, be responsible for you. Y'all know how I do it. You're going to be responsible for Anita. Okay? And Anita going to be responsible for you. So the last point is, do not stay in relationships that don't fit. Right? It's been 2 or 3 months. You're like, this is not a good long-term fit. I could see down the road, this, and this going to be a problem. This is not good. This is not. And then you start, well, maybe I could crap fit it. Maybe I could make it fit. Maybe I could. No, you're going to have to get out of that. I had a coaching client just the other day where she's like, you know what? There isn't an attraction there. Okay, it's not a fit. It's not a long-term fit. If you don't want to put your mouth on that man's mouth, if you don't want, if you don't see yourself desiring that man, this is why a lot of y'all in these sexless marriages, because one or the other person didn't truly desire that person. You used all of your head, none of your heart, none of your loins to pick that person. You just use your head. Well, it makes sense. Well, they're a good person. They're this, they're that. No, marriages, you got to have your head. You got to have your heart. You got to have your loins. All of those things have to be aligned. It's got to make sense. I got to have an emotional connection, a bonding, and then I got to just want to, the mess out of you. Like all those 3 things got to be aligned. Okay, but too many women are getting into these, nice guy marriages. And you don't want him like that. You don't desire him. You don't want to his brains out. So leave it. Leave it. If you don't think the desire is going to grow or the desire is going to come from somewhere else, just leave it alone. Leave it alone. Let that man go to somebody else that want him like that. She said kissing a cavity creep. Oh boy. Pierce says, close the gates until the right man that you desire comes along. I agree. I agree. We have to be better gatekeepers. I learned from my mother to keep giving chances, and now I'm not able to cut off toxic family members, and that contributes to not being able to cut off someone who isn't a good fit. Yeah, but you've got to do it. You have to reprogram yourself and do it without feeling guilty. I cannot tell you how many women, oh, Anita, I feel so bad. Why? Why? Like, I really want to understand what is going on inside of you. You don't owe this person anything. Guess who you owe that same feeling is yourself. You owe yourself that feeling. You owe yourself the ability to say, girl, don't stay in this. Don't keep dating this man that's not a good fit for you. Don't keep giving this man chance after chance. Leave him alone. Why can't you feel that way about yourself? She said, I hate that for you. I hate when mothers raise their children to allow the world to cross their boundaries. Yeah, that's a no-no. Well, like I said, I'm so glad society shames you for cutting off family. No, they ain't got to know your business. I got family members right now. And as I always keep telling y'all, the only reason why y'all know my business, because I tell you. Okay? Anita's an open book. I tell you my business. I have family members right now that I don't have nothing to do with. They are blocked from my phone. They cannot contact me through any form of social media. They can't even watch my videos on YouTube. Come for me. Come for me. Say something to me. Watch what happened. Okay? I thank God every day I don't have a toxic mother or a toxic father, but if I did, I'd cut them clean off. So please come for me. Say something to me about that. Yeah, okay, don't nobody care. If you don't know how to act, if you don't know how to treat me with dignity and respect, I don't need you. I don't need you in my life. That's it. But we got to learn how to do that and stop feeling guilty. I just don't understand it. Oh, I feel so bad. No, I really don't. I really don't feel bad. Okay. So there you have it. Securely attached people. The first thing is it starts within. They love themselves. They know their worth. They know their value. And they don't see losing bad people as a loss. That's the number one thing that I'm always telling people. When someone leaves my life, when I have to cut someone off, I go, dang, look at all you missing out on. like, I don't feel bad about them going. I know that one day they going to wake up and go, man, Anita was a real one. Dang, that's what's going to happen. But you got to believe that. You got to believe that. And I've had some people recently, just recently, some people came to that realization and they text me, they called me, and I was like, okay, okay. Because I really do, y'all. I really do. I know who I am. I know what I bring. I know my heart. God knows my heart. God knows that when I rock with you, I rock with you. I want everything for you. I want to help you win. I want to help you succeed. I have your back. I'm faithful. I'm loyal. I know what I bring. You can't see all that. You can't appreciate all that. You know what? Going out here to this world. Going out here to these selfish people. Going out here to these cheating people. Going out here to these lying people. Going out here to these people that's going to use and abuse you. Going out here to them. I really believe that. I don't feel bad. I really don't. But you have to know your self-worth. You have to have high self-esteem. You have to have good self-love. Not toxic self-love, healthy self-love. Okay? It starts in and it emanates out. And then you have to have boundaries and standards. You have to teach people how to treat you. But here's the thing that's interesting. When you have these type of guidelines for these romantic encounters, these engagements, right? It inspires respect from people. And remember what my granddaddy always say, seek to be respected over being liked. Y'all are so worried about people liking you. You so worried about what other people think of you. That's the problem. There are men sitting somewhere right now going, Anita's a bee. She blocked me from her phone. She did. Okay. All right. and Anita is going to take a gummy tonight and go to sleep. Like, Anita going to sleep tonight. Like, I'm not thinking about you. Okay? You clearly did something that crossed the line that now I got to show you the door. And I'm not feeling a way about that. Y'all need to rock hard for yourself like you do for other people. Okay? So that's the lesson. She said, I can't respect someone I don't like. See? That's the lesson for today. So if you would like that C-PTSD quiz, you may email me at info@betterlovemovement.com. I will send it to you as an attachment, and you can print it out. You can mark yes or no. But if you have more than 8 yeses, ladies, you need to rewatch this video. This is the way you need to date. This is the way you need to have your romantic encounters and your engagements with men. And you need to be better gatekeepers. You need to stop believing that sex equals love. It doesn't. Sex does not equal love. Sex does not hook a man. Having a baby does not hook a man. Okay? Buying a home together, getting a dog together does not hook a man. Hell, let's go all the way here. Getting married to a man doesn't necessarily mean that that man is going to be faithful and loyal and all the wonderful things. You have to be discerning. You have to, and the number one way is you have to love and respect yourself. You have to have self-respect. You have to have dignity. You have to have high self-esteem and high self-worth. And then maybe, okay, I have the space and the capacity to choose a good man. Now I have the ability to choose a good man. But a lot of y'all, the reason why I wrote my book, y'all suck at choosing a good man. Your discernment is at 0. And you want all the feels and all the butterflies and all the 3-ring circus. That's how I know you are insecurely attached. That stuff actually impresses you. The love bombing, y'all love to talk about love bombing, and you love bombing. Like it don't make no sense. When I hear women talk about, oh, he love bombed me, and you fell for it. You fell for it. So stop with this. Stop with this. The second a man starts leaning forward in an inappropriate way, hey, don't do that. What? Don't do that. You don't even know me. Don't do the future faking. Don't do the calling 10 times a day. You're calling too much. That's too much. I have other things going on. I have a job. I have things that I have to do. And you expecting me to call or text you, it's just too much. And, call it out. I call it out. Baby, whatever it is you feeling, whatever the fire that's in you, in your loins, so as fast as you doing it is as fast as it's going to end. I'm not looking for anything short term. I'm not looking for a short term relationship. I'm not looking for a situationship. I'm not looking for friends with benefits. I'm looking for something real. I'm looking for something long term. And that's not going to start by you texting me 10 times a day. By you telling me I'm so different than any other woman you've ever been with. And I could be the mother of your children. We are going to, go on a cruise for New Year's Eve and all this other nonsense. Stop it. Just call it out. Hey, bro, stop it. This is making me uncomfortable. Nothing about what you're doing says long term. Nothing about what you're doing says, my future husband. Can I be honest? I call it out right to his face or over the phone or through text. Hey, don't do that. Don't say that. What? What do you mean? Like, this is how I feel and blah, blah, blah. Okay. This is not good. Nothing that you're saying or doing is going to lead to long-term love. Like, call it out. God, I wish I could jump into y'all's bodies. Like the stories y'all tell me. I wish I could jump into your body and say all the things that Anita would say if I was sitting in front of this man. Call it out. Stop doing that. That's not okay. That's not cool. Right? You barely know me. How you going to tell me I'm this, I'm that, I'm the other? You don't know me. And remember, so they're going to put you on a pedestal and then they're going to knock you off of it just as fast as they do that. They're going to start devaluing you. You got all these issues. You got all these problems. Your toes look weird and you're this and you're that. And they don't like the way you chew. And like I said, that's what's coming. That's what's coming next. So stop being love bombed. I hate when and he love bombed me. Okay, and you allowed it. You fell for it. You slept with him after a week because, you're the woman of his dreams. He can't believe he found a woman as good as you on a dating app. Oh my God, you're just so different than all these other women. And you busted wide open for him. So stop it. Stop doing that. Just call it out and tell men, you don't need to do that. You don't need to do that. I had a gentleman, he called me to go out that night. It was like Wednesday at 4:00 and he wanted to meet up that night. I was like, yeah, this is unfortunately. I just was like, yeah, unfortunately, you are asking to go out with too little of a notice. I have things to do. I've already got things to do. I've already got clients scheduled. I have things to do. I need more notice. That's it. I don't work that way. I don't drop everything I'm doing to go out with you. I run a business. And guess what? I told my friend, I said, it's either going to go one or two ways. One, he's going to course correct. Or two, he going to get pissy and he going to be escorted to the door or he going to walk out the door himself. That's it. It can only go two ways. One, thank you so much for letting me know that. Mad respect. And so look, he said, well, let's do something Sunday. Let's go out to have lunch Sunday. Let's go shoot pool. Great. Great, because it's Wednesday. You're telling me this on Wednesday for Sunday. That makes sense. See? See how that works? So, yeah, she's like, yeah, let me know what happened. And that's what happened. It could only go one or two ways. One, I'm pissy. I'm angry because you're not willing to drop everything you're doing and let me love bomb you. Or two, okay, mad respect. I get it. Okay, no problem. How about Sunday? Great. See how lovely that is? It's wonderful. So that's all. That's all. Okay, she says you're right about not being able to cut someone off because we don't want to be lonely. We desire closeness and caring and hope that someone will change. Sad to cut off a mom because then you won't have a mom. But you know what? You're going to have to find a surrogate mom, right? You're going to have to find a surrogate mom. You're going to have to find an older lady in church, in your neighborhood, and a friend's mom. Do you know how many children I technically have? Like my kids' friends, other people's kids, like I am their surrogate mom. My daughter's ex-boyfriend, I am his surrogate mom. Like there are other people out here that would love to be a surrogate mom to you. So find that, but don't put up with anybody's crap. Some people are toxic and they happen to be mothers. I've been in no contact for 24 years with no regrets. I'm healing the mother wound. Great. Love bombing is a huge red flag for me. It actually makes me angry. Me too. I thought I was the only one. It just annoys the heck out of me. It do. That's the only time I feel triggered like out of my femininity because it's just so annoying. Like it's so annoying. I be all sweet and cute and flirty and stuff. And then when they start like laying it on thick, I go, stop that. It just immediately flips a switch in me. I go, stop doing that. What? They always, it just gets on my nerves. What? What do you mean? Stop doing that. It makes me feel angry because my intelligence feels insulted. Yeah, it irritates me too. I thought I was the only one. Look, I'll be all dainty and I'll be all sweet and, you're so funny. And then he start that future faking. He started that look. I go, stop that. Like I turn on a dime. Stop doing that. I just postponed my wedding because after 2 years of engagement, she has a vulgar mouth when she gets upset. No accountability. Ooh, no. Ooh, no, baby. Now you got to call it out. You got to go straight for the gusto. I will call that out and then see if she can make strides in that area. But if she don't, oh no. Oh, no. You don't, you don't want no woman like that. No. That's going to translate into other things. Call it out, and see if she's willing to make strides in that area. But let her know that's a no. No, I do not want a woman who has a nasty, vulgar mouth, who hits below the belt. That's a no. That's a no. And then before you know it, you emasculate it. So don't do it. Do not do it. She said, my face turns into a snarl. Yep. That sounds like a rage issue that's not going well. Yeah, no, cut that clean off. All right, y'all, I've been on here longer than 30 minutes. It happens every time. The time just be rolling by. I got to go get my blood drawn. But yes, you're welcome. Please call that issue out. See if she's willing to make strides. And if she's not, don't get into a situation where you're going to find yourself verbally abused. And remember, these forms of abuse that I talk to women about, it's the same for men. Don't let nobody cuss you clean out. Don't let nobody call you names and all. Do not allow yourself to be abused. Okay? I don't care who it is. So have a great day. I hope this is helpful. I will be posting this to my Instagram right now, but I will be posting it to YouTube later on today. So if you'd like a copy of that quiz, email me at info@betterlovemovement.com. Thank you so much. If you are watching this on YouTube, please please subscribe, please share these videos with whoever you think could benefit from it. Have a great day. And as always, stay open to love. One of the number one reasons why women struggle with dating and relationships today is that they choose men who are not ready for anything real. Ladies, there are lots of great relationship-ready men out here. However, you need to learn how to choose them. I wrote this book to teach you how to do just that. Get your copy of Choose Well, a simple formula to determine the best man for you on Amazon today.